H.H. Greg's Labor Day sale, get up to 25% off appliances, TVs, and more. Plus, an extra 5% off with your H.H. Greg card. And get 24 months no interest. Get this French door refrigerator, only $9.99. LG 50-inch TVs, only $4.99. 32-inch HD TVs, just $1.99. At H.H. Greg's Labor Day sale. 25% off appliances, TVs, and more. H.H. Greg. We help.
This side's a little more complicated. Here, turn your head this way.
Reconstructive surgery may seem simple, like you're just removing a scar or correcting some minor deformity of the face, but with these children, it affects something much deeper. And you think, how can a small little scar that nobody can even see make such a huge difference on a child's, self-image or self-esteem?
That's the one, yep.
It's not just surgery of the skin, it's like surgery of the soul.
Okay, there's the pre-air bag.
I started losing my vision. I had lost 3/4 of my vision in my right eye and half of my vision in my left eye. And in order to see the specialists that were required, it was going to be 4 months for one and 6 months for another. And I knew there was no way we could wait for those appointments. I started the quest to getting treatment in the U.S. The doctors agreed that they would do anything that they could in order to get me in for treatment back at home in Canada. My husband spoke up and said, we have an appointment in September. And the doctor put down his pen and he said, your wife will be dead by September. I knew then that the system had become far more dangerous for patients than I had ever realized. The American system was there for me when I needed it, and it's time for Americans to get engaged in this debate.
To protect America's patient-centered care, we must replace President Obama. Americans for Prosperity is responsible for the content of this advertising.
There's a certain sense of pride in Northeast Ohio, a belief that our worth, our merits, and our accomplishments go beyond expectations. We know a car company just like that. A company that goes further, with cars like the incredibly advanced Ford Focus, a car that combines performance and technology with exceptional mileage. It's a car we think you'll be proud to own. Now lease a fuel-efficient Focus for just $189 a month, only at your Northeast Ohio Ford dealer.
Fox 8 News is brought to you by Lazy Boy.
In just 5 days, be there from the very first note. The X Factor 2-night premiere begins this Wednesday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
New details being released tonight about a hoax that caused a plane to make an emergency landing. This is the man who police took off a U.S. Airways flight. They received a phone call saying he had a liquid explosive on the flight. Turns out the man who called police was trying to get revenge at the passenger for putting a compromising picture of his ex-girlfriend on Facebook. That caller has now been federally charged for the hoax. He faces up to 10 years behind bars.
With football back in action, concern growing once again over concussions, and now scientists think some people may be more likely to get them. A researcher at Temple University tested more than 200 college football and soccer players to see if they had a specific variation of a certain gene that helps make proteins that repair neurons in the brain when they're damaged. Out of 200, 9 of those athletes had suffered multiple concussions. 8 of those had the very same variation of the gene.
Now, this variation is normal throughout the population, okay, but in people who are going to put themselves in an environment where they're going to receive repetitive head impacts, it becomes a little more important.
Now, to put this in perspective, it is believed if concussions are genetic, scientists could ultimately come up with a saliva test that could alert athletes if they're prone to concussions. It would also help coaches and athletic trainers make better decisions on how to treat certain athletes on the field.
Very interesting. Well, no more homework sounds like a student's dream, but in one Maryland school, it's a reality. Instead of regular homework, students at Gaithersburg Elementary School are asked to read for 30 minutes each night. The school's principal says the change started after a school-wide evaluation of homework assignments.
We really started evaluating the work that we sent students home with. We started looking at, and really it was a lot of worksheets, and the worksheets didn't match what we were doing instructionally in the classroom. It was just we were giving students something because we felt we had to give them something.
Students are given hall passes to go to the library every day and are reading many more books than before. School officials say they know it's a risk, but so far the standardized test scores remain very solid.
Plenty of reading assignments for Angelica today, all weather-related, all that complicated science stuff, but a lot of information out there to be had about these storms all over the area.
You know, this afternoon, a lot of lightning, some very hefty thunderstorms that came through, and there was even a hail of a quarter size in diameter down in Akron. So pretty active, but now is just a matter of rain and lightning for the rest of tonight, and then tomorrow. Then we'll feel the after effects of the frontal boundary that's producing all these thunderstorms. You can see how lightning is starting to fire up once again, extending now from Kelly's Island all the way down into just west of Mansfield. Finley, Bowling Green has been active over there for the past hour or so, and those thunderstorms will continue tracking eastward. It's actually associated with a frontal boundary. That front is expected to clear out by the morning, but there will be an area of low pressure that will be spinning with it. The good news is that thunderstorms tonight are not expected to be severe. Most of the severe weather is tracking south down in southern portions of Ohio, Kentucky, and Tennessee. So here's our low pressure. It's actually going to be strengthening as it moves closer to Ohio tonight and into tomorrow. By tomorrow, we'll feel the effects of not only that front, but the temperatures will be cooling down and the wind is going to be much greater. And as a result, there is a gale warning in effect for 8 o'clock on Saturday until 8 o'clock in the evening. If you happen to travel right along the lake shore, you're going to see some pretty big waves, expecting it to be anywhere from 5 to 8 feet. And it's also a busy weekend down in Sandusky. Rev 3 Triathlon Ironman is a third year, and they are expecting temperatures to be in the 60s. It'll be windy, it'll be cool, but the water temperature is still warm at 74 degrees. Tonight, 65 degrees, mostly cloudy. Rain and thunder overnight, and it's going to start getting breezy, but the strongest winds are expected tomorrow. It'll be a mostly cloudy day, cool. Temperatures only right around 69 degrees. Showers and thunderstorms for tomorrow. It'll be more of a rain event and then thunder, but there could still be some isolated thunderstorms developing. Keep in mind the winds out of the southwest shifting to the northwest around noon, and they're going to be anywhere from 20 to 30 miles an hour. I know it's a cliche, but not a day for a hat. The gust will go up to 50, and those temperatures will be hovering close to 70 also in Akron, in Canton. Much cooler. Is going to be cloudy. It'll be a wet day with the wind. It's going to feel like 65 degrees when you step outside. And then on Sunday, it does get a little bit better as far as the rain is concerned, but the rain will be here Sunday morning, and then there will be a second batch coming through in the evening. The temperature is around 68 degrees with a secondary front. Next week, much better though. Partly sunny, temperatures back in the 70s.
Nice.
And quiet. Just get through the weekend.
Thanks, Angelica.
Well, I want to take a quick moment right now to tell you about our new afternoon lineup starting on Monday, September 10th. Starting on Monday, Fox 8 News at noon will be followed by the Jeff Probst Show at 1 o'clock, then Steve Harvey at 2, the all-new Ricky Lake Show at 3 o'clock, followed by back-to-back episodes of The Great One, Judge Judy. Again, it all starts Monday, September 10th.
Well, a lot of new faces on the X Factor this season.
We already know about Brittany and Demi, but find out who could actually host the show.
Fox 8 Sports is brought to you by the Bedford Auto Mile. 12 dealers, 23 brands.
Every Democrat and every Republican who took our tax dollars to bail out Wall Street banks was dead wrong. These politicians in Washington think they can live by a different set of rules. And the only way to change Washington is to change the people we send there. I'm Josh Mandel, and I approve this message.
Watch the Stars salsa on TV while the Dogs disco on YouTube. With Time Warner Cable, you can do lots of things you love at the same time. Call 1-855-220-4370 for TV, internet, and home phone for as low as $89.99 a month. Plus, enjoy big back-to-school savings. Get up to a $150 Target gift card, DVR service free for 1 year, and HBO and Cinemax free for 3 months. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
I'm a nurse care manager at Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield. When my patients are facing health issues, I help them figure out what to do next. I build a relationship with them, checking in often and making it as easy as I can to get them the care they need. With my help, my patients are in control of their health, and in the end, that's what I'd want for myself if I were in their shoes. Find more ways to stay healthy at facebook.com/healthjoinin.
This president can ask us to be patient, This president can tell us it was someone else's fault, but this president cannot tell us that you're better off today than when he took office.
Here in Ohio, we're not better off under President Obama. His failed economic and trade policies with China have destroyed thousands of jobs. The Romney Plan, stand up to China. Create over 450,000 new jobs. Keep Ohio jobs in Ohio.
I'm Mitt Romney, and I approve this message.
The roof's a mess, Harold. You missed a spot.
I can fix that.
Fix Harold?
No, the roof.
Are you done right?
A Master Elite certified contractor, locally owned and operated since 1989 with a 25-year warranty on labor and materials. Do I look like done right?
Nope. Harold, get down from there right now and call Done Right.
Done Right is Ohio's premier roofing contractor with the highest quality workmanship at the best possible price. Call today for free roof inspection and get a free labor and material extended warranty up to 50 years. For roofing done right, call Done Right.
We're making a lot of hero burgers today. People tell me all the time, I'm looking for a big, tasty burger. Wait till they try these.
We make everything right after they order it. They love that.
Bistro Hero Burger up!
Need another classic in a black and blue.
I'm just looking for a burger that makes me go, whoa.
That is a burger.
I told you.
The Black and Blue, Classic, and Bistro Gourmet Hero Burgers. Made with thick and juicy burgers, your choice of sauce and topped with a roasted garlic seasoning.
Every Democrat and every Republican who took our tax dollars to bail out Wall Street banks was dead wrong. These politicians in Washington think they can live by a different set of rules. And the only way to change Washington is to change the people we send there. I'm Josh Mandel, and I approve this message.
Browns fans, you will like this one. A three-member panel overturned the suspensions of the Saints' bounty players, including Scott Fujita, now of the Browns. A translation, he can play this weekend. But the stalemate isn't over yet. The commission will issue another ruling on those penalties later on. But this is positive for the players. Fujita tweeted his good feelings tonight. He's been working out, should be ready to play. Here's Coach Shermer this afternoon.
Got up until, right before game time to put the roster together, but I don't see any reason why he can't play.
And more good news, Trent Richardson practiced well today, according to the coach, but officially still listed as questionable. One of 8 players who had limited practice time. Meantime, Joe Hayden expects to play, and he is pumped up. It's against his favorite player, Michael Vick.
Someone like Vic, he's always going to be I look at him like an idol. But when you're playing against him, you always want to, if you could beat him or do anything against somebody that you always looked up to, I mean, it's way better than doing it against people that you really don't look up to at all.
Michael Vick, tough opponent. Looks like late team owner Art Modell will be honored in some way on Sunday. The league sent out a memo to all teams directing them to honor Modell in an appropriate manner. And Brown spokesman Neil Gulkus was quoted by the Cleveland Plain Dealers' Mary Kay Cabot that the team would do something to honor Modell. He passed away yesterday at the age of 87. You can catch the Browns season opener against the Eagles right here in Fox 8. All the action starting at 1 p.m. The Indians trying to put that rough patch in the rear view mirror, playing the only team in the division with a worse record, the Minnesota Twins in Minneapolis tonight. Here we go. Here are the highlights. Here's the Twins' Josh Willingham in the bottom of the third. He cracks a double. Way out to the wall there, right field. 2-run score. That's 100 RBI for the guy the Tribes tried to sign in the offseason. Same inning, Justin Morneau with a sacrifice fly. The Twins had a 4-0 lead after 3. Genmark Gomez on the mound for the Tribe. The Indians finally get on the board in the top of the 4th inning. Russ Kanzler. Russ has showed a lot of power this year. The minors in AAA in Columbus. This is the first home run of his major league career. 2-run shot. Gets the Indians within 2. Right now, the Indians do lead the game 7-4. That game in the 8th inning. So maybe, just maybe, they'll pull that out tonight.
Maybe so. All right, Lou, thanks. Well, the X Factor returns for season 2 in just days. And tonight, you might be surprised at who could be hosting. TMZ reporting Khloe Kardashian is a front runner to become the host. She recently did a screen